Welcome to my sewing room and welcome to Friday Sews. My name is Christine and this is where I talk about all things sewing. On Friday Sews, we talk about what we're working on, what our plans are, and a little bit about life. The hashtag Friday Sews was created by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room as a way for the sewing community to come together so that we can find each other. If you search on the YouTube search bar for Friday Sews, you'll be introduced to all kinds of wonderful people. So as to what I've been doing this week, I have been working a lot in my sewing room, but not on sewing. I have been culling, decluttering, reorganizing, and doing a deep cleaning. I have a video that I will link at the end of this video about that project, me talking about the project. It has made the world a difference in how I feel in the sewing room. It's much more peaceful. It's much easier to work in my sewing room. I'm not finished putting it back together. I did need to take a little break. I took a break to make another Jarrah sweater, a Megan Nielsen Jarrah sweater. I made it in this heathered navy French terry that I bought from So English. I love the Jarrah. I know I am late to this party, but I am all in. The other party I'm very late to is the Nico top by True Bias. I have cut out the pattern, and today I want to cut out my fabric and sew up my toile version. I did not have stretch fabric that would stretch 75% in my stash, so I did need to make an order and wait for it to come. I've been dying to make the Nico, but I didn't want to use the fabric I ordered from Blackbird Fabric for the finished version, just in case the fit wasn't quite right. Matter of fact, this fabric was in that order that I made recently with So English. So it's kind of funny. I was out of town visiting my parents in South Carolina, and I got a text from my husband that said, "Hey, FedEx just delivered a large heavy box to you. I'm so glad that you're working on keeping a low fabric stash." And I really had to laugh because that was a tongue-in-cheek message from my husband, who is so good about my sewing hobby, which can creep into all areas of the house. And it showed that he doesn't tune me out all the time when I talk about sewing, which I think is one of my favorite topics to talk about. So I did place an order with So English, and it was a large heavy box, but I think in the next 2 weeks I will have sewn up everything that came in that box, and I'm looking forward to it. So those are my upcoming plans. I do have the cuff top almost complete, as well as I have cut out the Friday Pattern Company sagebrush top in this gorgeous art gallery rayon. But right now it's really cold here, so all of the cozy projects are making their way to the top, and there's plenty of time for the warm weather projects. And those two projects I mentioned are quick and easy. So right now I'm going for the cozy. For a little bit of a life update, I am getting close to 1,000 subscribers, and I want to thank everybody who has liked, subscribed, and especially if you join me in the comments section. I am having a think about what I'm going to do to celebrate reaching 1,000. I know I'm going to do a giveaway, and I know that it's going to be a gift voucher from a fabric store, independent fabric store that delivers internationally. I just need to figure out how I'm going to do the actual giveaway. I do need about 120 more subscribers before I hit that 1,000 mark, but I'm looking forward to it. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate you joining me in this community. I love sewing. I love people who sew. I love talking about sewing, and as I say, all things sewing. So that's a bit of a life update. We do have a prompt today for discussion on Friday Sews, and the prompt is, do you have a UFO, an unfinished object that you are determined to see finished, that you're just not going to let it go? Let us know in the comment section below if you have a UFO and what it is, what about it has you determined to finish it. When I saw today's discussion prompt, I knew immediately the two UFOs that I wanted to talk about. They are both smock dresses, and let me get them. I started my sewing journey smocking and doing heirloom sewing. So these are very old UFOs in my stash. So the first one is this beautiful linen dress. I have started the smocking. It's got tatting on the sleeves, entredeaux, and then the tatting is attached. And if you follow me for any time, you know that I love linen, and this is where my linen obsession began. But I especially love linen and tatting on little girls' clothing. So this has been languishing. I have 3 rows smocked, and I just stopped for some reason. Well, I know in part, I was hoping that we would get pregnant again and have a 3rd child, and that 3rd child would be a little girl to wear all the girly fancy stuff, but that didn't happen. And I will say, I would not trade my boys for the world. I love being a boy mom. I just also love all the fancy. So the other dress, it's a bit of a crime that I have not finished this, is this gorgeous Liberty of London lawn. It's another bishop dress. I cut it out. I've attached the French lace, and it's all pleated, ready to go. I have not done 1 stitch of smocking, and I do remember why. I got this with the intention of doing a dress for my cousin Lisa's little girl, and I got so busy with graduate school that I just didn't have time to work on it. And by the time I had time, I didn't have a little girl in my life that would fit into this dress. So I put it aside, and I've actually had both of these dresses in a covered box sitting near my bed, ready for me to pick up the smocking. And I've moved house 3 times, I think, since they have been pleated and smocked. So this prompt was a great reminder for me of how much I really do enjoy smocking, that I have 2 gorgeous projects that I could be working on. And smocking is such a great couch activity. I could be sitting on the couch while Charlie is watching a TV program, and we can be together, and I can still be doing something. I like to keep my hands busy. I'm not a big TV watcher, so this is a way we can do that activity together and both be happy. So instead of running into the sewing room, I can sit with him and smock and work on those unfinished objects. I love to hear about what you're working on, the fabric and the notions and the different things that you love. So hit us up below. What are some of your favorite things? And as always, until next time, I hope that you have a joyful week and that you find the good in all things, especially sewing.